Hey there, welcome back to Placeable with Butter. I'm Jess Larson, and today I'm showing you how to make one of my all-time favorite quick and easy weeknight meals, our go-to chili lime skillet chicken fajitas. Thin sliced chicken's gonna quickly soak up a zesty and spiced marinade, and then it's gonna cook in a cast iron skillet with bell pepper and onion until it is sizzling, charred, and tender. It's a super versatile recipe that you can use to build tacos, burrito bowls, taco salads, you name it, and it all comes together in 30 minutes or less. You're gonna be obsessed. Now, I'm a big fan of fajitas, and I'll honestly take them however I can get them. However, this recipe is my go-to because it uses really simple pantry staple ingredients and it comes together so quickly and easily, but it also packs a huge punch of flavor. And it all starts with a quick fajitas marinade. What we're gonna do first is thinly slice some chicken. Now, I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs because they stay super juicy in the skillet. We're gonna char them pretty hard to get that sizzly fajita effect. And chicken thighs don't dry out as quickly as chicken breasts. So that's what I like to use, but you can use whatever you like. And I'm slicing them pretty thin into strips that are about 1/4 inch thick. But the nice thing about this recipe is it's a really great base recipe. It's super versatile. You could use it to make steak fajitas. You could use it to make shrimp fajitas. Whatever protein you love most or happen to have on hand will work beautifully. Our fajita marinade is super simple. We're relying on some pantry staple spices to do the heavy lifting. We've got cumin, smoked paprika, garlic powder, a generous amount of salt, and then ancho chili powder, which is kind of the secret ingredient here. Ancho chilies are dried poblano peppers, so they do pack a little punch of heat, but you could always swap it out with another chili powder if that's what you have on hand. And then we'll use a little agave nectar for sweetness. Once it hits the skillet, it caramelizes and provides a nice sweet counterpoint to those spices. Little olive oil to pull everything together. And then it wouldn't be chili lime without the lime. So we'll squeeze the juice of 2 limes right in, and that brightens up all the flavors and brings them to life. And from there, we'll stir it all together, making sure every piece of chicken is nicely coated in the liquid and all those spices. Now, because of the amount of citrus in our fajitas marinade, we don't want to let it marinate for too long. You can just set it aside for 5-10 minutes, which is the amount of time we need to slice up our fajita veggies. You only need 1 bell pepper to make this recipe, but I like the colorful combination of half of 2. We're just gonna slice that real nice and fine. Slice up some onion. Got our colorful veggies prepped and ready to go. The chicken has been kind of soaking up that zesty marinade for 5-10 minutes. And at this point, all that's left to do is hit the stove. All right, the secret to perfect chicken fajitas at home, or any fajitas for that matter, is a trusty old cast iron skillet. It gets super hot and retains its heat really well, which creates irresistible char and caramelization, and of course, that sizzling effect that we're all after when we make fajitas. So I've got my cast iron skillet over some pretty good heat. It has been preheating for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna add in just a little bit of olive oil because we have olive oil in the marinade here. And then we'll add in the chicken. You're gonna wanna work in batches to avoid overcrowding the pan, because if there's too much in there, it steams rather than sears. And we're after that good caramely sear. You already see we're getting little caramely bits. That's the cast iron skillet and the agave nectar doing its job. And because it's so thinly sliced, it cooks up super quickly. This batch is already done. We'll set it on a plate and continue cooking the second batch. All right, this batch of chicken is cooked through, but I want to let it go a little bit longer to get that color that I'm looking for, those crispy brown edges. And that's exactly why I like using chicken thighs for fajitas, since they're a little bit more forgiving and they'll still stay nice and juicy and tender. These are looking pretty good, so we're gonna transfer them to the plate with the other batch. Add a little bit more olive oil for those veggies. I'm gonna add the veggies right in. And I'll season them with a little bit of salt and a little bit of garlic powder for extra flavor. And we can give them a good toss. And the secret with fajita veggies is to not cook them for too long. We want them to definitely be softened, but we still want that tender, crisp texture. It just takes a couple of minutes. My veggies are looking good. They're smelling even better. And at this point, I'm just gonna add the chicken back to the skillet to let it all marry together. The veggies begin to soak in those juices from the chicken. It is so good. We'll kill the heat. And the last thing is a quick squeeze of lime juice. It sort of brightens up all of the flavors and brings those spices back to life. So definitely don't skip the fresh lime juice. All that's left to do is serve them. Now the great thing about this recipe is you can use the fajitas to build whatever dish you love most. You can make tacos, you can use it to make a burrito bowl or a taco salad. I personally can't resist stuffing them into a warm tortilla. I've got some just real quick smashed avocado with lime juice and salt here. I always whip that up whenever I have tacos at my house. I'm gonna pile the chicken fajitas right on top, and I always kind of cherry pick to find some of those extra caramelized and browned pieces. That's my favorite. Got a little tortilla cheese. Again, you could totally leave that out for a dairy-free dish. Got some cilantro. More is more in my book when it comes to cilantro. And then a little bit of lime juice to waken all those flavors up. And I mean, how can you be mad at that? It is so beautiful. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to eat it gracefully. Here we go. You get the freshness from the veggies. They're tender, but they still have nice snappy texture. And the chicken is so flavorful from that quick marinade. It's honestly amazing how much flavor that takes on in such a short amount of time. You're gonna love these. For the full recipe, which includes lots of other serving suggestions and variations, head over to Place Well with Butter, make it soon, share it with the people you love. It's so simple but so flavorful that I'm pretty sure it's gonna make it to your weekly dinner rotation in no time. And be sure to like and subscribe for more unfussy recipes that pack a big punch of flavor. We'll see you next time.